Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We are so excited to have you again. Amidst the ongoing Sars protest or SARS must end protest, the IGP has decided to form another group which, according to him, is a perfect replacement for the defunct SARS, which has been dissolved. And this has triggered a lot of reactions by Nigerians because most people believe that this issue should have been totally trashed. I'm talking about all the pending issues. The victims should be taken care of. This victim of the NSAS protest and all of that, and issues concerning SARS should be reviewed, and compensation paid to victim of SARS before we can think of another group coming in to replace them. But hey, the IGP says he can't wait any longer because the truth is the criminals are still out there and they must be combated as soon as possible. They must be stopped as soon as possible. And that's why he has decided to announce a new group that will take over from the defunct SARS. We're going to listen to the news. Let's just hear him out. And according to the information, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Mohammed Adamu, has set up a new police outfit to take over from disbanded special anti-robbery squad of the Nigerian Police Force. It is known as Special Weapon and Tactics Team and will fill the gap arising from the dissolution of the defunct SARS. Also, the IGP on Tuesday, 13 October 2020, in accordance with Section 18, subsection 10 of the Police Act 2020, ordered all personnel of the defunct SARS to report at the force headquarters Abuja for debriefing, psychological, and medical examination. The statement by the Force Public Relations Officer DCP Frank Mba said the officers are expected to undergo this process as a prelude to further training and reorientation before being redeployed into mainstream policing duty. Mba said, and I quote, the medical examination will be carried out by the newly set up Police Counseling and Support Unit PCSU, a unit which henceforth shall engage in psychological management, reorientation, and training of officers of the force deployed for tactical operation and other special duties. The unit, which is domiciled with the Force Medical Department and coordinated by the Force Medical Officer, has its membership drawn from amongst psychiatrists, psychologists, medics, pastors, and imam, public relation practitioner, civil society, and other human rights groups with relevant qualification and expertise. Furthermore, the statement says, and I quote, it said, meanwhile, the IGP has set up a new special weapon and tactics team that will fill the gap arising from the dissolution of the defunct SARS. Prospective members of this new team will also undergo psychological and medical examination to ascertain their fitness and eligibility for the new assignment. They are to commence training at the different police tactical training institution nationwide next week. Personnel from the police command in the southeast and the south-south will be trained at the Counter-Terrorism College, Nuwatai, River State. Those from the police command from the north and the southwest will be trained at the Police Mobile Force Training College in the Nasarawa State and the Police Mobile Force Training College, Ila Oragun, Osun State, respectively. While reaffirming his irrevocable commitment towards the successful and holistic implementation of the police reform, the IGP enjoined members of the public, particularly protesting citizens, to exercise restraint and allow measures being put in place to come to fruition and endanger a police force that will or would meet the yearnings and aspiration of citizenry. But guess what? Response of the Nigerian people quite different right now, than because most people are more interested in what is the rule of engagement for these guys. SWAT unit is not a new one internationally. We know that they are a formidable group with professionalism at work. You know, anytime you see them show up, they have evidence and foolproof at hand, and they are so professional in handling issues. Nigerians are more interested in the rule of engagement. If you are a far older person, when we're young, we watch film, SWAT unit films, and we see how they come. Long, big black car, and you see how professional. You hardly see them on the street. They don't litter themselves all over the street. Before they show up, is for a very serious and heinous crime that culprits are everywhere. They'll just show up, handle it, and disappear, carry out their investigation. That's who we know them to be. But, right now, the issue is that this guy can't wait longer, because another major issue that question or reason why Nigerians are castigating his decision is that who are going to be part of it. Yeah, we've read about new set of people, but Nigerians still believe it's still going to be the old set of people. But I believe that right now, based on what we have heard the federal government do, they're trying to ensure that at at most it's going to be, even if they are going to be part of it, they are going to be retrained. And the training is not just going to be a one-sided training. It's going to take care of their psychology. It's going to take care of their philosophy. It's going to take care of everything, spiritual and physical side of them. They're going to be given adequate training so that they can come out bolder and better and offer the citizenry the best of information, or sorry, best of services that we expect. But Nigerians are still in trouble. Most people believe that now that this issue of NSAS is up, that it should have been handled and ended before going further to do all of this. But however, let's look at what Nigerians precisely have to say. And this one says change of name, same uncultured personnel, Amumu don't do. End police brutality now. Hashtag end SARS now. Their ammunitions were purchased with my hard-earned cash, taxpayers' money. I am being oppressed and my fellow Nigerian youths being killed with same harbor. Another person say, what of the welfare of the police officers and men? Any improvement in their salaries and living quarters? What measures are being put in place to take care of the families of those or them who died in the line of duty? Well, that's a great one there, because if we are talking about NSAS, we have to also look at what was responsible for some of the actions that they were taking, especially when it comes to stealing from the people. Their paycheck, how does it look like? If they are carrying out such important responsibility of securing, that's protecting lives and property of the people, how much were you paying them? Because that matters a great deal. If you are paying them some little cash and they wash themselves protecting people who are handling billions, then you're sure to see them always turning out to be who they have always been. So I think the reforms are very important. The reform should not just be in the attitude of the police. The reform should also affect their salaries. It's overly important. If people, lawmakers, are earning so much money, I think also those in charge of our security should be well paid, so that as they are going out to carry out their responsibility, they will not equivocate, they will not compromise, knowing that their pay is reasonable enough. That's a good suggestion from that commentator. This one says this protest will lose value if we keep acting as if SARS had not been ended. Protesters wait for 1 week and see what MPF and NG as Nigeria have to offer us before we lose these protests. I feel that is really true. At this point, I feel that Nigerians should slow pace a little bit, because if everything has been met, all our needs have been met, then what's the need for continuous protest? It makes no sense. The composition of the protest will be questioned, because some people will believe it's the Yahoo boys that are involved in this thing. This one says here, two questions. Is SWAT going to operate like the ones we see in foreign countries? Are they going to operate in only emergencies? Second question, is the police engine not going to populate these SARS, this SWAT, with dissolved personnel of NSAS? Making it a case of old wine in new bottle makes no sense. And I feel this is absolutely true. Those are some of the troubling questions that Nigerians have been asking, because as much as Nigerians want all of this to end, we still want to concretize the fact that it's not going to still be the old guys coming back to take over. What we need is new set of guys. But however, I would like to leave it there.